Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Banjo, the dog, coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballing Show. Today's episode, Week 14, last second fantasy factoids. So this is where I just run down all the information I've accumulated in like the last 24 hours and just let you know if it will hurt or help your fantasy team, maybe. So before I start into this, if I could just ask you to take a second and give us a quick, thumbs up or thumbs down. That would be amazing. Leave a comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But all of that helps. Doesn't like help us with money or anything. We don't get paid, but it helps our, psyche, makes us happy people. So that'd be amazing. Anyways, let me put him down, dude. This dog's going crazy. Week 14 is a crazy week. There are buys this week, and fantasy football playoffs start next week. So super stressful time. Say you're not making the playoffs or you're on the verge and there's people on buys. So super not cool the way that this year is set up, but it looks like it's going to be that way for the foreseeable future. So the teams on buy, the Falcons, the Packers, the Colts, the Saints, the Commanders. Dude, off the top of my head, there are just it just sucks, dude. There are a lot of people. I can't start Michael Pittman Jr. How am I going to make the playoffs if I can't start Michael Pittman Jr.? That's a joke. That is being sarcastic. Anyways, to start this off, I'm going to go through the weather that you might want to look for today. Because, it's late in the year, so we got to start paying attention to this kind of stuff. So Philadelphia at the New York Giants, light rain and snow expected throughout. And it will be wet and slippery most of the game. So, both quarterbacks run the ball a lot. So you can look for Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones to probably run the ball a little bit more. Saquon Barkley is hurt. He showed up early to the game looking okay, but it is a game time decision-ish. So you want to pay attention to all that kind of stuff because they're probably going to run the ball a lot in that game. The New York Jets at Buffalo. 13-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up to 20 miles an hour, light rain and snow throughout. I think it's going to be okay for probably both quarterbacks. Mike White's probably going to keep it short for most throws, and Josh Allen doesn't care about the wind. Especially like 20-mile-an-hour winds is when it starts to mess with their throwing. It's going to depend on it's supposed to be a crosswind. So you're just going to have to watch the game and find out, but I wouldn't expect it to affect both quarterbacks that much. Light rain and snow throughout. And then Tampa Bay at San Francisco. This might do some damage, especially against Purdy, which sucks. 13-mile-an-hour winds, but the gusts go up to 27 mile an hour. So some pretty significant gusts of wind at the San Francisco game today. So you're going to want to look for that. And there's going to be light rain throughout. So here we go. Go into the players. Saquon is a game time decision at 1 p.m. kickoff. He hurt his neck and had limited practices Thursday and Friday. He did take part in the Giants' walkthrough on Saturday, and I just said he just showed up early. So game time decision, you want to pay attention to that. If he plays, it's probably not going to be a full workload. There's Matt Breida you can start, and then pay attention to that Brightwell, but he didn't do anything last week. Lamar Jackson is out versus the Steelers, and it's he may be out next week when they play the first Saturday games of the year as well. He sprained his PCL on his left knee, and he was given a timeline of 1 to 3 weeks to heal. So that, I think this week would be 1 week. Next week would be 2 weeks, and it's a short week. So I would imagine they want to rest him up for the playoffs. We'll see. Tua Tagovailoa against man coverage this season has a 92 QBR. It's the best in the NFL. He's got a 69% completion percentage. That's the best in the NFL. And yards per attempt, like almost 11. That's the best in the NFL too. No team has played more man coverage this season than the Chargers, and they're going to host the Dolphins tonight. So you can expect Tua to bounce back. The Chargers do have a Bosa on their team, but he's not playing the same. So speaking of the devil, Nick Bosa, who was really just amazing last week, he's listed as questionable for Sunday's game due to a hamstring injury, and that prevented him from practicing all last week. He is expected to play versus the Buccaneers. So if he plays, they need him versus Tom Brady because, Tom Brady can't do his thing when he gets a good pass rush going. So there you go there. Buccaneers running back Leonard Fournette, who didn't practice Friday, is listed as questionable with a foot injury. He's expected to play, But if you've got Rachaad White, you're firing up anyways, and you can expect a little bit better game from him, maybe more touches from him. If I was a Leonard Fournette owner, I would be very wary going against the San Francisco 49ers already banged up. I'd probably, if I really needed to make playoffs, I'd probably try to pivot. Seahawks running backs Ken Walker ankle and DJ Dallas ankle, both listed as questionable for Sunday, are both unlikely to play versus the Panthers. If they are out, they're going to have to lean on, Tony Jones Jr., Travis Homer, and then Godwin. You're not going to start any running back from the Seattle Seahawks if those two are out. So I wouldn't worry about who they're going to try to go with, especially when you're in week 14, like maybe if there's like week 3 or something. But Amari Cooper is a game time decision versus the Bengals today. This is bad for Deshaun Watson because he already looked terrible. And this is like the wide receiver that fits his play style and was super targeted last week. So there's conflicting reports from the, Ian Kraft report and Adam Schefter on if he will play. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff. So really pay attention to Amari Cooper. And especially if you're going to start Deshaun Watson, I mean, whatever. DK Metcalf is questionable with the hip injury, is expected to play versus the Panthers today. He was limited Thursday and didn't practice Friday. So with Ken Walker, with all these running backs being out for them, I think they were going to heavily rely on their passing attack with Geno Smith. So they really do need DK Metcalf to play. And if he's playing, you're probably playing him. He's a touchdown. I mean, he's like a 50-50 touchdown threat every game. Mike Williams logged full practices Thursday and Fridays, now has no injury designation ahead of. So, hey, guess what? Mike Williams is going to be healthy for one game. You're going to be able to start him versus Miami, and then he's going to fall off a building catching a ball and break into 1,000 Lego pieces. Then he's going to have to put himself together over a couple of weeks, and hopefully he can be ready for the playoffs again. So you're going to start him week 14 because that's all you're going to get out of him for the next 3 weeks. So anyways, Mike Williams, there you go. Jakobi Meyers out with a concussion versus Cardinals Monday night. Look for Aguilar and Bourne to get more snaps. I mean, Devontae Parker's going to get more targets and stuff, but the slot receivers, and that sucks, dude. That was a sweet matchup for Jakobi Meyers. And then Damien Harris, same thing, dude. Sweet matchup for Damien Harris. He did not practice all week and is now listed as doubtful for the Monday night. So Rhamondre Stevenson is going to get you some points, man. Rhamondre Stevenson is going to be points on points on points. There's going to be a points discount coming from Rhamondre Stevenson, and he's got a credit card with no limit. I just woke up, man. I'm sorry. Hey, look at me, man. Backgrounds change, same person. Sorry about that. My internet went out, so hopefully I'm going to try to blend these videos together. So anyways, where I left off, Rhamondre Stevenson getting them points. So, dude, I mean, if you got Rhamondre Stevenson, he's going to, kill it for you. And then let's see if I can get back to where I was, dude. Sorry about all this. But this is I need to get to hold of Spectrum, man. My internet goes out so much when there's storms. So anyways, next up, Rondale Moore is out. First game for a while that Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins will start together. So it's not like I expect anything from them. I mean, I think DeAndre Hopkins is probably going to score a touchdown like per usual. But going against Bill Belichick, dude, in New England, it's not going to be good. So I just think that I think just Rondale Moore owners need to know that he's going to be out so you can make plans, start other people. So anyways, Trevor Lawrence listed as questionable with a toe injury, is expected to play versus the Titans today. And then, so that's good for Zay Jones, but Zay Jones was injured too. He had that chest injury last week. So I started him, not realizing how serious that chest injury was. And it really limited his snaps, and he was just more of a decoy. I mean, his targets were the lowest they've been. So I'm actually hoping that they bounce back this week. I think that if Trevor Lawrence plays, that you can start him and Zay Jones coming, a week of healing after that chest injury. Brandin Cooks with the calf and Nico Collins both out versus the Cowboys. So, dude, there's no wide receivers that have any experience for the Texans playing today. So, yeah, you don't want to start that. And the Cowboys defense is going to get 30 points. So good luck with that if you're going against him. And then, Treylon Burks, year of the concussion. So he was, one of my, huge pickups for a while. Number one wide receiver you can get off waivers. Never happens. So that sucks. I mean, you could probably pick him up, and if you need to start him in the playoffs, I mean, he's been getting targets and red zone receptions, kind of targets at least. So maybe you can start him. Sorry, I'm speaking quietly because my wife is asleep. So that's why I go out in the garage when I do this early on Sunday morning, so I can just yell, be crazy. So, anyways, that is the show. Again, hopefully this blends together fine. Sorry about my internet. I almost made it, dude. Damn, it sucks. I should just whatever. And so, anyways, I know this is like what 8:06 right now. So it's gonna take a while to upload to YouTube. Hopefully it's before 9. But I'm gonna post comments and on updates on some of the stuff that I was talking about. So, anyways, good luck today. Thank you so much for watching. We love this stuff, and you guys make it so much better. So good luck, and I will see you soon. Sorry about this. I'm kind of like flabbergasted because of all this internet stuff, but it's the way it goes, man. I'm learning on the fly. But as long as I'm better than I was yesterday, this will be an amazing show. So, in the future. I'll see you later.